Come on, Kenny. Oh, yes, Kenny.
That's a 400 word.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
How am I going to do number 2? May you wake up tomorrow surrounded by gorilla poo. Thank you.
It's a film. 5 words. First word. Sounds like. Sounds like.
Wolf.
Slink. Tart. No. Hello, cheeky. Yes. Like that. Sounds like. Mud.
Clay.
Dirt.
Gay.
Sounds like flirt.
Flirt.
Flirt. Sounds like flirt. Girt.
Dirt.
Bert. Oh, I know. Bert something, you're a fool.
Yes.
Oh, please, Rigby, you're a
That's right. Adrian Foster, they said, please. Very tight game.
Oh my God. Right, oh.
Ooh, cool, interesting. Third syllable of the last word.
And it's television and it's got 4 words on it. First word is secret. Secret. Of the stars. Secrets of the fourth word. Bit of a laugh one. How can you do this? Lots of syllables. 3 syllables. Da. Secrets of the da. Right. First da. Sounds like. Pill. Swallow. Sounds like pill. Till. Nil. A, B, C. What? D. B. Bill. Secrets of the billions. No, bill. Second syllable. Billions.
Second one.
A.
Billa.
Billa.
Ricky.
Billabong. Oh, dear me. Exceptional guesses, your team, aren't they? They really are. They really are. Leslie Grantham, this way, please. You can't. Maximum points so far. Okay.
Right, it's a
Movie, song.
A film.
Film.
4 words.
4 words.
4 words.
First word.
First word. Sounds like. Sounds like. Is it a colour? Oh, Willie!
Pretty.
Bill.
It's the name of a
Bill. Dick.
Bill.
Dick Turpin. Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
What's it called? With. What? Where? Who? Was. Sounds like.
Sounds like
Shoe. Feet. Meets.
Dick Godzilla meets. Oh, Mother Riley. King Kong. Is it the name of a monkey?
Dick Tracy meets. 2 words.
Two syllables.
First,
One word, 2 syllables.
2 syllables. First syllable. Grow.
Grand. Big.
Grow.
Big, little.
Great.
Big,
Grow or row?
Medium.
Gorilla.
Godzilla. Gone.
Growing. Grotesque. Like grow. It sounds like grow. No, it is
grow.
Raise, rise, up,
Grow
lift.
up. Grown up. Dick Tracy meets grown up.
Grow. Do the second syllable, Leslie.
Second syllable.
Count Dracula. Count
Some.
Count some.
Gruesome.
Gruesome. That's right. Gruesome. Miss Gruesome is an old film made in 1937. Gruesome-inspired guessing by the ladies. They won tonight very well today, rather. Very well done indeed. Excellent. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you the next time that we play Give Us a Clue. Till then, from all of us here, a very goodbye. Bye-bye.
The first was cheeky, the second sneaky. Which tooth is you? Give us a clue.
And Give Us a Clue is back tomorrow afternoon at 10 to 3.
It's time with you. Give us a clue. You've been fantastic, enthusiastic on your debut. But now with you, we're nearly through. Give us a clue. Give us a clue. Give us a clue. Give us a clue.
Death is a family matter, but when it's murder, it matters to Morse.
Death always makes people close ranks. Death and money.
My dear Inspector, I don't know what circles you move in, but in this family we're not in the habit of murdering each other every time we have a disagreement.
You have a theory, Lewis?
Rank.
That's important, is it?
Inspector Morse investigates, Saturdays at 7:45 on Central.
From what's on the box to the latest news. The ultimate newspaper, brought to you by Oracle.
Clive Anderson is just one of the guests in company with Michael Aspel on Central this Saturday night at 10.
Good afternoon. The Soviet Union says it's engaged in intensive diplomacy with Iraq, urging it to show some flexibility to avert a Gulf War. In Washington, the White House says it's not too late for peace, even though the UN deadline has expired. In the Middle East, thousands of Syrian reservists have been called up and its troops placed on full alert along the Israeli border. Allied forces are fully prepared. Our reporter Paul Davis is with Britain's 4th Armoured Brigade.
In many ways, the day the UN deadline expired was just another day in the desert for Britain's soldiers in the front line. But as the deadline approached, small groups gathered around their radios, awaiting the news that could send them to war. Young soldiers yet to experience the reality of war, now resigned to the prospect.
Everybody just wants to basically get in, get it done, and go on.
I think the mood in the brigade, which you will hear, as I hear every day, is, for heaven's sakes, let's now get on with it and get home quickly. And I feel that, and my men feel that.
The 4th Armoured Brigade only arrived in Saudi Arabia last month. For the time being, they'll continue with their programme of exercises and manoeuvres, knowing that at any time their war games could be interrupted by the real thing. This is Paul Davis with the British Television News Pool in eastern Saudi Arabia.
President Saddam Hussein has taken direct command of the Iraqi army. These pictures show him meeting his army commanders, supposedly inside Kuwait. He offered up prayers and said from now on, he will be masterminding the battle. The streets of Baghdad are quiet today. Thousands of people have moved to safer areas outside the city. The Foreign Secretary, Douglas Hurd, says the Allies cannot wait for months before attempting to liberate Kuwait. He was addressing a meeting at Westminster of the Commons Foreign Affairs Committee.
We've lived through weeks and weeks, in each of which there's been some story about the imminent breakup of the coalition. Hasn't occurred. We have that. I certainly couldn't guarantee that the will and the means would continue to coincide, as it were, or would be there both together in 7 or 8 months' time.
Soldiers and armed police are on patrol at Heathrow as airports across the country tighten security against possible terrorist attack. The Home Secretary, Kenneth Baker, said it was important everybody remained alert.
Security is now at unprecedented levels at all Heathrow terminals. Troops were deployed here 5 years ago after terrorist attacks at Rome and Vienna airports, but the authorities say new measures brought in today are the toughest ever. The Lifeguards and 7th Parachute Regiment are maintaining a highly visible guard on parking areas and approach roads. Armed police patrols have been considerably stepped up inside the buildings. The Home Secretary met soldiers, police and airport staff.
Saddam Hussein has unleashed terrorism upon his own country and unleashed it upon the people of Kuwait now for 5.5 months. He's made clear that if he has the capability and the opportunity, he will attack the Allies wherever they are. So it's the duty of us all, of everybody, to be vigilant.
And that's the news from ITN so far. We're back at 5:40. Bye-bye.
Hello again from the Central newsroom. The Tamworth car company Reliant is to reopen 3 months after it went into receivership with the loss of 450 jobs. The company's former managing director, Cyril Burton, has led a takeover by an international consortium of businesses. It's hoped production of the famous three-wheeler cars will start again within the next month, with the creation of about 30 jobs. A man has been set free from a 14-year jail sentence after claiming he was framed by the West Midlands Serious Crime Squad. John Edwards was found guilty of armed robbery 2 years ago, but today an appeal court judge quashed his conviction.
26-year-old John Edwards was said to have confessed to the crime in 1987 during a series of interviews with members of the now disbanded squad. But at the appeal court hearing in November last year, his counsel called the police case a series of concoctions. He said the inquiries were made by officers more skilled in the art of fabrication than any legitimate investigation. Today, the judgment ruled he should immediately be set free from serving his 14-year jail sentence imposed at Birmingham Crown Court in 1988. Lord Chief Justice Lord Lane said the appeal court had considered a retrial, but thought it would not be in the interests of justice. A spokesman for West Midlands Police said they'd be studying the full judgment of the case before making any comment.
Police investigating the murder of an elderly Birmingham insurance broker believe the city's prostitutes and rent boys may be able to help find the killer.
The body of 66-year-old Wilfred Parrish was found in a deserted flat in Nechells early on Sunday morning. He'd been beaten to death. Police have no idea how he got there. He was last seen alive in the city centre at 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Police describe Mr. Parrish as a loner who never had a romantic relationship in his life. They say in recent months he spent little time running his insurance firm. Instead, he began wandering around the city centre in a state of dementia. They think on his travels he may have come in contact with rent boys and prostitutes. They want anyone with information to ring a confidential hotline, Birmingham 322 6083.
The Midlands has a new motorway link with London. The final 59 miles of the M40 was officially opened a few hours ago. It's taken more than 20 years from planning to completion. I'm sorry, we seem to have the wrong report there. The Princess of Wales, on a visit to the region, has said she's praying for peace in the Gulf. Princess Diana revealed her concern about a possible Gulf war to residents during a tour around a sheltered housing scheme at Swadlincote in Derbyshire.
She said she's as worried as anybody. She said, what can we do though? Only pray. I said, well, what's that going to do?
And now football. Tonight's Rumbelows Cup quarter-final between Coventry and Sheffield Wednesday has been postponed for a week because the pitch at Highfield Road is frozen. And back to the story about the motorway. The final 59 miles of the M40 was officially opened a few hours ago. Here's this report.
The new route is expected to make life a lot easier in 50 villages in Warwickshire and Oxfordshire by taking around 50,000 vehicles a day from the existing overcrowded road network. Transport Secretary Malcolm Rifkind formally opened the road this morning, although motorists were advised not to try to use it until much later this afternoon. Although one radio station did get it wrong, said the road was open, and gave Thames Valley Police a bit of a headache when numerous drivers tried to use the new road. But while the motorway may make life easier in southern parts, there could be more congestion in Birmingham.
We do fear for the consequences of South Birmingham. First of all, the Department of Transport's own figures indicate that something like 10,000 additional vehicles a day will be using the roads in South Birmingham. We think we're going to see some terrible congestion.
The new route costs £300 million, but is expected to cut industrial transport costs by £100,000 a day.
And to viewers in the East Midlands, we're sorry you didn't get your programme as usual. We're back at 6:20.
P.D. James' devices and desires, a deadly mystery.
Death by strangulation.
She's dead, Alex. The Whistler has done you a favour.
The last time I saw it was at Ryan Blaney's place. He painted it.
If the police start digging, they're going to suspect me.
Mutilated bodies is your trade, not mine.
All murderers bring something to the scene of the crime, and they always leave something behind.
Friday Mystery at 9 on Central.
It's anything but a quiet start to the weekend. It's the real issues of the day and the opinions of real people.
Don't put words into my mouth. I'm not putting words into yours.
It's the show that lets the arguments rip.
The fact is.
Remember, if it's under discussion, it's on Central Weekend. Fridays at 10:40.
A very popular videotape is Hot Property in Summer Bay. That's in Home and Away later on Central this evening at 6.
Dr. Holland, this is... I think I know.
Dr. Wilkinson,